stylized map with white lines indicating tracks. The white lights indicate locations you might recognize, such as Benson and Wilcox in Arizona and Deming in New Mexico. The flashing white lights on the central part of the console on the bottom panel indicate control points in Fenner, Arizona. Control points are where the dispatcher could change switch positions and signal colors. We are going to demonstrate the operation of the traffic control panel using the switches and signals in Fenner. Later, we will show how the panel might have looked during normal operation. Yellow lights show train positions both on the main track and on sidings. Sidings allow trains traveling in opposite directions to pass, or for fast passenger trains to pass slower freight trains. Blue lights on the tracks show positions of switches. The blue light indicates if the train will stay on the main track or move onto or off of a siding. Red and green lights show the signals that train crews see. Lights below the track lines are for eastbound trains, while lights above the line are for westbound traffic. Similar to automotive signals, red lights tell train crews to stop, while green lights indicate it is safe to proceed. We will now observe the passing of east and westbound trains. We start with trains just east and west of the siding. First, you will see the switch positions and signals changing on the east end of the siding, directing the westbound train onto the siding. Signals will then change on the west end of the siding and then on the east end, allowing the eastbound train to proceed on the main track without stopping. After the eastbound train has passed, the westbound train can re-enter the main track. Finally, we will show how the panel might have looked during normal operation. The presence of 12 trains at one time is based on the chart recorder output from the last day the panel was used. The chart recorders, located on the left and right side of the panel, recorded train locations with a deflection of vertical lines as trains passed control points. The dispatcher manually connected the deflections to provide a record of train movement.
Here in Chandler, Arizona, looking at the Arizona Railway Museum, looking at the 2562. She is a consolidation. Good looking engine. Some credentials. There's as she was in 1955. Let's see her specifications. Big Vanderbilt tender, and when you think about it, this is one of the smaller steam engines. This is the cab. You can see that's where speedometer and stuff would have been. That's where the engineer would have sat. Right here, you got your train brake, your throttle, reverser. Over there you got your fireman's seat. They've even got the whistle hooked up to air. though I don't think they have a whistle on it right now. It's a shame, but it's cool. Pretty neat, pretty neat. 1950 by Pullman for use on the Super Chief between Chicago and Los Angeles. In addition to the 24 seats in the dome, the car has a lounge area, a bar below the dome, and a private dining area, the Turquoise Room. The car was used by Santa Fe from 1950 to 1971 and by Amtrak through 1981. It has since been used on dinner trains in Texas and Tennessee. It was donated to the Arizona Railway Museum in 2008. The Plaza Taos maintains its original Santa Fe decor. Oh wow, this is incredible. Wow. Bar lounge area. That's pretty freaking cool. Really cool. The Turquoise Room. Huh, that's cool. Superintendent or business cars were assigned to division superintendents and used to inspect the railroad, conduct business with shippers, civic leaders, and work gangs in the assigned division. Superintendent's car 405 was built in 1927 and was used throughout the Santa Fe system until its retirement in 1966. It has a lounge, 2 bedrooms, bathroom, dining office room, porter's room, and kitchen. It was upgraded in 1957 with the addition of air conditioning, and the interior is restored to its 1957 appearance, while the exterior is closer to its as-built condition. Bunch of locks. But if you look at the chairs, each chair is from a different coach. Canadian National, CNNW, Atlantic Coastline, Chesapeake and Ohio, Commuter, Seaboard Coastline, Santa Fe Long Distance, pre-World War II, Rock Island, Santa Fe Rail Diesel Car, a Harriman. It just goes on and on and on. Let me see what this has to say. Santa Fe Coach 580 was built in 1910 as a men's smoker. It is one of the last examples of composite construction with wood sides on a steel frame. The wood sides were later covered with steel plating to protect it from the weather and give it a more modern look. Its truck frames are still a composite of steel and wood. In 1938, it was rebuilt as a crew kitchen and diner for work train service and last served out of Barstow, California. After retirement in 1997, it was purchased unseen by Valley Steel and Supply of Tempe, Arizona. When they realized the car was mostly wood and of little scrap value, they donated it to the Arizona Railway Museum. Today, it displays a variety of coach seating styles and railroad artifacts. The exterior has been painted to match its original colors, but the steel siding has been retained. This brass model of a porter. Oh, look at that. That is amazing.
Fine detail work. That's cool. Yeah, they don't make them like this. And look at this. This is probably older than the rest. Dang, that's cool.
Highway system, thoroughbred racehorses were often transported by rail. This horse car was built in 1937 by the St. Louis Car Company for the Southern Pacific. It could carry up to 24 horses and had an air-pressured 380-gallon water tank. When in service, it would travel by passenger trains near the engine for a smoother ride and less slack. In 1951, it was converted to a postal storage car, and in 1966, to a tool car for the car maintenance department. After retirement in 1994, it was sold to a scrap dealer who donated it to the Arizona Railway Museum. The museum has restored one end of the car to its original configuration and painted the exterior to its original olive green with gold lettering. In addition to the horse display, it contains larger museum artifacts and a maintenance of way display.
Wow, look at this. That's pretty amazing. That's cool. They stored the horses.
Railroad officials when traveling on company business. This car was built in 1879 for the South Carolina Railroad, which became part of the Southern Railway in 1899. It was originally of wood construction, but in 1924 received a steel underframe, steel side sheathing, and ice air conditioning. It has 2 bedrooms, crew quarters, a dining room, full kitchen, and a lounge. After retirement in 1967, it was sold to the Houston Sports Authority and then to the Phoenix Cotton Pickery in 1970. Russ Joslin purchased it in 1982, renamed it Desert Valley, and used it as a private office. It was donated to the Arizona Railway Museum in 1995 after Mr. Joslin's death.
it.